All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Talladega. Kirk Marble and rookie Chad Ragsdale on the front row. Jeremy Edwards and Blakey Boo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo on the second row. Clay Kirchenbauer and the Iceman on the third row. Richie Joplin in his return and Cody Kennedy on the fourth row. Edmund Jones and Andrew Thornton in his first race round out your top 10. Colby Whipple starting in 11th next to Ryan McDaniel in 12th. Austin Ruskoff in 13th, Tyler Ott in 14th. Patrick Pieper and Vic Brown 15th and 16th. Brian Hewitt in 17th, Swafford in 18th. Jacob Morgan in 19th, and Aaron Brill rounds out the 20-car field here tonight. I believe it's the Xfinity one, Martin, but I'll double check. Pace car is off. The drivers begin to roll. And it looks like Richie Joplin pulled over to drop to the tail end. Richie Joplin has dropped to the tail end. He is not in playoff contention, missed the second half of the season. But he is back tonight for Talladega, where he got his first ever Nowski win in the Truck Series backwards. And it looks like the Iceman is also dropping. Likely a strategy move by the Iceman as he drops to the tail end of the field. Pace car will drop in and turn out of turn 4. Then they begin that long, slow crawl to the start-finish line. There goes the pace car onto pit road. And here they come. Down the front straightaway. Green flag is in the air there, down and away at Talladega. Race 2 of the round of 8 is underway. Everybody gets rolling quickly. Worth reminding that it does take these drivers, this car, about a lap and a half to get up to full speed. Hey, good evening, Mark. Mark cheering on Cody and Kirk already out front. Cody already up to 5th. Does look like Clay Kirchenbauer, who's led the points for most of the season until last week, he is coming by and takes the lead on the high side. Out of turn 2, the driver's pretty much up to full speed now, and already a little bit of 3 wide mid-pack. That outside line starting to form, led by Andrew Thornton. Hey, good evening, Luke, cheering on Clay Kirchenbauer. Andrew Thornton got hung out to dry up on the high line. 75 laps here tonight. They will have to make 2 pit stops. They can go roughly 30 laps, give or take, on a tank of fuel. Edmund Jones giving Kirk Marble a big push out front. A ton of throwback schemes in the field tonight. And of course, Austin Ruskoff in that Fisher-Price car may have an unfair advantage when the big one hits. Because we all know Fisher-Price cars are indestructible. Ooh, Ryan a little squirrely there on the high line. Tyler Ott in the old school Pennzoil car. Colby Whipple in the old school Casey Kane paint. He said Casey Kane. I thought it was Wood Brothers. Could go either way on that one. And of course, Richie Joplin back in the field tonight. Now up to the high line. Looks like Richie is hooked up with Swafford. Ryan McDaniel comes out into the front of the third line. Whoa, Ryan a little spicy there coming out of 2, or out of 4. Kurt Marble is back out front a little bit early and a little bit risky for these guys to be going 3 wide here this early on. Swafford and Richie drop back down into the second line, settle in. Patrick Pieper has quietly been moving that car up. Now up 9 spots into 6th. And Clay Kirchenbauer has been pushed to the lead. Down on the bottom line, and Kirk Marble shoots to the outside. Usually here at Talladega and Daytona, in a race this long, you see some patience in the early going. These guys know they have to make it to the end of the race to pull off the win. However, I am seeing a lot more aggression, a lot more attacking going on. Blakey Boo Snickerdoodle Boo Boo back in 15th, has the fastest lap so far. And remember, put a joke in the comments. The winning joke gets their name on the car for Darlington. Jeremy Edwards and Blake off the back just a little bit. And Richie Joplin is going to pit road unexpectedly. Ryan McDaniel is in. Aaron Brill is... Oh, Aaron has had a huge problem. It appears there was an incident between the three of them a moment ago. Aaron Brill looks like a checkup at the back. The Iceman comes down. Everybody checking up in a big way. See if we can see. Oh, Ryan McDaniel came up across the nose of Richie Joplin, and that is how it all popped off. Early on, the drivers do have a chance to fight back to the lead lap. And it is getting a little dicey up here in the lead pack at the moment. Everybody fighting three wide here in the early going. Cody Kennedy in a new paint scheme tonight as well. Up on the third lane, trying to make a move toward the front. Has some help from Andrew Thornton. Surprised by as much action as we have going on up here. An early incident that did not bring the caution out. And everybody up here in the front is already battling it out. Blake Viken and Jeremy Edwards have taken a safe position at the tail end, a little bit back. Vic Brown also staying back. Vic in that old school Rusty Wallace Miller Genuine Draft Paint scheme. Brian Hewitt just ahead in the old AC Delco paint scheme. Oh, wow. Pieper Pieper shot up the track to get into the third lane, but smacked the wall. Caution is out. They're still bouncing off the walls. Our first caution of the night, lap 12. Looks like a few drivers will be using the repairs, but There's Patrick Pieper up on the high line into turn one. Oh, Swafford pushes up, bounces off of him. Pieper goes to his side and Morgan takes a hard hit. There's when Pieper first came up and forced everybody to have to check up just a little bit. Then Swafford bounces off, comes down, clips Morgan goes up, and, well, at least Patrick was able to stick the landing. Patrick Pieper appears to have tugged the pit road. Looks like the car was severely broken out of turn two. Pieper, one of the championship 8. This is gonna hurt. Andrew Thornton choosing to stay out on this one. Richie Joplin is back out on track. And looks like Ryan McDaniel will get the lucky dog back to the lead lap. And looks like Thornton is the only lead lap car not coming to pit road. They will all still need 2 pit stops from here. Remember, they can only go roughly 30 laps, give or take a little. Tyler Ott, the first off of pit road. Kevin, I very well remember doing stuff like that as well. Tyler Ott, Colby Whipple, Edmund Jones, and Kirk Marble round out the top 5, led by Andrew Thornton. Rookie Chad Ragsdale in 6th, Clay Kirchenbauer 7th, Justin Swafford in 8th, Brian Hewitt in 9th, Vic Brown in 10th. Cody Kennedy on his way off of pit road. Patrick Pieper is still on pit road, hoping to come back out here in just a few moments. And now we've got another group of drivers coming in. However, this will be a huge help to Richie Joplin as he gets one of his laps back. Edmund Jones, DJ Kenner, and several others, Andrew Thornton, Ruskoff, all the back half of the field coming into pit road, topping off on fuel. Andrew Thornton's pit stop was a huge win for Richie Joplin. Richie got his lap back because Andrew Thornton went to pit road. If Thornton had not come to pit road, Richie would have had to go to the tail end of the field. So Tyler Ott, Colby Whipple on the front row, Clay Kirchenbauer, Kirk Marble on the second, Brian Hewitt, Justin Swafford on the third, Vic Brown, Cody Kennedy, Edmund Jones, and Jacob Morgan round out the top 10. Patrick Pieper is back out on track, a couple of laps down. And Richie Joplin is now only one lap down. Lights are out on the pace car. They get ready to go back to green. Everybody stacking back up, tightening back up, side by side. Remember, it'll take a lap to a lap and a half for these cars to reach full speed on the green flag. Also, the start-finish line not in the usual location on the front stretch. It is further down, almost at the entrance to turn 1. Here we go, pace car drops back in, and let's have a little bit of fun on the restart. When the green flag drops, I'll stop talking. You guys crank up the volume and enjoy all the horsepower. Here we go, back to green, and crank it up, everybody. On that first lap after the restart, Tyler Ott shot to the lead. Kirk Marble now in second. Top 5 single file for the moment. Side by side through about 14th. Blake Viken back in 14th. DJ Kenner, Jeremy Edwards, Jacob Morgan hanging out toward the back, hoping to avoid the big one. Patrick Pieper at the tail, couple laps down, hoping to work his way back to the lead lap. Kirk Marble in second place is the only driver that has nothing to worry about here tonight as he pushes Ott down the backstretch. Kirk Marble, the only driver locked into the final four. Justin Swafford, Clay Kirchenbauer tied for first in the points. Patrick Pieper fourth in points coming into tonight. Justin Swafford leading that high line, has a big push from Edmund Jones. Down the back straightaway, the high line starting to build some momentum here. Ooh, Edmund getting a little bit squirrely there. Might have pushed Swafford a little too far into turn 3. Andrew Thornton back up in the top 5. Richie Joplin in the 89 car still a lap down, keeping himself in lucky dog position. Edmund Jones now in control of the high line. Swafford drops to the bottom. Colby Whipple starting to make some moves toward the front as well. Whipple now up into 6th. Clay Kirchenbauer lost a little ground on pit road. Now back in 7th place. Ryan McDaniel holds on to 9th. Cody Kennedy currently in 10th. Jacob Morgan in the 24, still a playoff contender. And everybody seems to be pulling back up, tightening the field back together. Remember, only 2 of the 20 cars out here not on the lead lap. 18 cars and drivers still trying to make their way to the front, to the lead. Jacob Morgan up on the high side, help from Jeremy Edwards. In that third line, they are starting to move toward the front. It's like Ryan McDaniel may hop up there, give him a hand. Swafford and Tyler Otto still holding on to it with help from Kirk Marble. Hey, good evening, Kenny. How are you, buddy? Blake Hirschenbauer hopped out of line. Oh, looks like he may have kissed the wall. Looks like he was trying to join up with that third lane about the time that third lane disappeared. I know it, Kenny. How have you been, buddy? Jacob Morgan in that third line, starting to make some moves up top. Whoa, Ryan, way squirrely there in the middle. Keeps it gathered up at a few close calls. Now Andrew Thornton drops down into the middle line. Jacob Morgan, Jeremy Edwards, Cody Kennedy trying to get that high line working. Clay Kirchenbauer now there with them. And Kirk Marble back to the lead, but Richie Joplin is out front. He has raced his way back to the tail end of the lead lap. Richie is definitely hoping for a caution while he has the nose ahead of Kirk. Also, noting the throwback paints here tonight, Richie running that old school petty paint scheme. And running behind him, Justin Swafford running the old school Nowski Nation paint. Pretty cool to see the Nowski Nation paint back on track tonight. Now, as we've mentioned all season long, these Xfinity cars, they do not have much downforce. They have quite a bit of power, and when they get into situations like this, as we've seen a lot of drivers struggling with the car, these cars can be a handful even in the draft. As Tyler Ott almost demonstrated. Jeremy Edwards helped push Jacob Morgan up to the lead, but Jacob and Jeremy have slipped toward the back. Aaron Brill lurking back in 12th. Kirk Marble is back out front. Richie hanging out behind him. And looking at the math here, Because the drivers, most of them hit pit road on either lap 14 or lap 15 under that first caution, based on the fuel numbers we have, the drivers could make it to lap 45 and then make one stop and they'll be good to go to the end. 3 wide at the front, Edmund Jones has the nose ahead. Cody Kennedy, Kirk Marble flanking both sides of Edmund at the moment. Cody coming out front. Likely see him drop down to help Kirk. And look who's right behind him. Clay Kirchenbauer's been a force all season long. Back up there in second. Cody Kennedy out front, Edmund Jones leading the outside line. Four of the playoff contenders currently in the top 5. And I got asked by Colby Whipple before the race to make sure and say what my favorite throwback scheme is here tonight. And I will say without hesitation, seeing that Nowski Nation car back out on track, man, that is just too cool. And yeah, that is my favorite throwback car tonight. Also worth reminding everybody, you can see the writing on Blake's car. Best joke in the comments. You get your name on his car for the season finale at Darlington 2 weeks from tonight. Everybody after that first caution settling into a good rhythm and seeing quite a bit more patience. Andrew Thornton leading that middle line. Push from Richie Joplin. Edmund Jones gets hung out to dry in the third lane. Yeah, Tina, I didn't get all the details, but I did hear something about that. And Tina, I hope everything went great for you at the doctor as well. Tyler Ott has not been pushing the issue at all night long. He has just quietly been working his way up as people went backwards. He just stayed where he was and is now up into fourth. Ott just letting everybody else go backwards. Definitely paying off for the Pennzoil car. Cody Kennedy at Kirk Marble now hooked up, leading the bottom line. The two teammates together, we've not really got to see them working together on a plate track this season. We're about to find out how they'll do. As we are just coming to halfway, only one caution so far to know. Almost another one. Andrew Thornton getting a little squirrely there. Ryan McDaniel, he had dropped back a little bit ago, has started working his way back forward right behind Clay Kirchenbauer. We saw Ryan stuck in that middle line earlier and things got a little scary for him. And look right behind him, Vic Brown now up into the top 10 and 8. And Jacob Morgan going to the third line by himself, hoping somebody will join him. Taking a look down from the blimp. Don't forget, folks, tomorrow night at 7 Eastern, we have Home Motorsports as their season winds down. Immediately after that, we will have the community convoy. Not sure yet how that one's going to work, but we will talk about it tomorrow throughout the day. And we are now actively looking for a new broadcast for Tuesday night. So if you have a league or a group interested in a Tuesday broadcast, make sure you reach out. Andrew Thornton managing to drop down. For the moment has split Kirk Marble and Cody Kennedy. Aaron Brill has come to pit road alone. Without any drafting help, Aaron Brill may be in trouble. Right side's up. And it looks like it's going to be right sides and fuel. He is away. But at Talladega and Daytona, you really have to have help getting into an off-pit road. If you don't have anybody to draft with, it takes longer to get up to speed, and you can't get to full speed alone. Cody Kennedy on that high line, pulling clear. Will he drop down once again to help Kirk? Yep, and Swafford's coming down too. Wise move by Swafford, getting in between those two. Kirk and Cody keep trying to work around. They are going to catch up to Aaron Brill. Colby Whipple currently runs in 7th. Let's ride along with Clay Kirchenbauer. At the back of the lead pack in the draft, you guys can get a feel for what it's like to drive around Talladega at almost 200 miles an hour. Down the front straightaway, remember the start-finish line not there at the middle, it's right there. They having to get out of the throttle and move up the track to not run into Vic. And you can see just how much these cars are really moving around here in the draft tonight. Clay looking up into the 3rd lane. He gets the wall. Whoa, what a save by Clay. Great save by Kirchenbauer, holds on to it. Cody Kennedy, Kirk Marble now side by side. After that incident, Clay drops back to 11th. Jacob Morgan back there in 12th. No help on the high line. Ryan McDaniel backed out and dropped back a few laps ago. Currently running in 13th. Blake Beacon, DJ Kenner, Jeremy Edwards, all three continue to hang out toward the back. And Chad Ragsdale is out of the race. I do not know if he lost connection or what happened there. It does look like Ragsdale likely lost connection. Cody's coming in alone. Now Edmund Jones is coming in. Jacob Morgan, Ryan McDaniel is giving it all she's got, getting her to pit road. All the drivers can go the distance from here on fuel. Mark, something tells me I've seen Kirk drive enough to know you're probably fairly accurate. He is a bit crazy in real life. Likely to see, here comes Kirk Marble in. Clay Kirchenbauer comes in with him. Only those two on pit road. This time as they're 3 wide out front. They're 3 wide in the lead pack and moving around a lot. Richie Joplin in the 89 out front. He is hoping for a caution here. It would put him back on the lead lap. Justin Swafford lurking right behind. Swafsky is in. Tyler Ott is in. Patrick Pieper is in. Brian Hewitt. Blake Viken, who has hung out at the back the entire race, is now leading. The Iceman in second, Jeremy Edwards third, Vic Brown in fourth, Colby Whipple in fifth. And looks like Blakey Pooh's gonna bring it in. Jeremy Edwards and the Iceman coming with him. Colby Whipple is in that group. Vic Brown, Austin Ruskoff, all in that group. Kirk Marble and Clay Kirchenmeyer up to speed. They're about to catch up to Tyler Ott and Justin Swafford. Ott, Swafford, and Joplin right there. Here comes another group. Looks like Edmund Jones, Cody Kennedy. They're going to have a decent-sized pack back together very, very quickly. Blake Viken rolls off pit road. He is currently scored as the leader. He will not be able to get that car to full speed, but Jeremy Edwards is giving him a big push. And this is what it looks like riding along with Kirk Marble when a driver just came off pit road and you've got to make some moves. I can guarantee you Kirk Marble was holding his breath right there. A little bit of a close call, but everybody got merged back into the lead pack. Austin Ruskoff lost some time on pit road. So did Vic Brown, Aaron Brill, and Andrew Thornton. Ryan McDaniel is in the group. Pieper is not in the draft and has not been able to get any of his laps back. Meanwhile, Blake Viken, who spent the entire first half of the holy cow. Kirk Marble dropping back as things get a little spicy. As I was saying, Blakey Pooh, who hung out at the back the entire first half of this race, now starting to show some muscle coming to the front. Jeremy Edwards jumping up to the high line as Clay Kirchenmeyer comes along. Everybody starting to position themselves where they need to be for the final laps. Most of these drivers won't make any dramatic moves until about 10 to go, most after 5 to go. Andrew Thornton now back with the pack. He is up in the third lane as they come by. And that did put Thornton a lap down. Ryan McDaniel has also lost a lap under the pit stops. It looks like both McDaniel and Thornton got a penalty. We saw McDaniel's pit road entry. He got a little bit out of shape, likely got an unsafe pit entry penalty. But with 53 laps completed, we have still not seen the big one. And that could change the entire complexion of this race in a split second and could dramatically upset the playoffs. Swafford now up on the high line. He makes it 3 wide. Kirchenbauer hops up there with him. Blake down the bottom. Big push from Richie Joplin. Cody Kennedy, we saw Kirk Marble dropping back shortly after pit stops, trying to get back and reconnect with Kennedy. They have not been able to do so. But Kennedy on the high side, 20 to go. This might be the shot for Kirk and Cody to get back together. Meanwhile, another driver who sat off the back since the drop of the green, played it safe, quietly working his way toward the front. The 32 of DJ the Iceman Kenner. The Iceman starting to work his way forward, now in 6th. Close call at the front a minute ago. Looked like Swafford almost gave Kirchenbauer a bad bump. Looked like he had to get out of it just a hair, and that was enough to put Blake ahead. But remember, this race, as we have seen here every single time we come here, it is often decided from at the point between the middle of the tri-oval and the start-finish line. Clay Kirchenbauer and Justin Swafford still control that high line. Richie Joplin sitting second in line at the moment. He is in the lucky dog position. He is not on the lead lap. Kind of unfortunate. Richie Joplin got his first ever Nowski win here at Talladega, and he came across the line backwards. $17 to go here at Talladega. Still, anything could happen. 15 cars still in the lead lap in the fight. Austin Ruskov, Vic Brown out of the lead draft, as well as Aaron Brill. Colby Whipple also not in the lead pack. An 11-car lead pack at the moment, or at least 11 lead lap cars in that front pack at the moment. Oh, problems behind Ryan McDaniel. No caution yet. Tyler Ott got caught up. Keep an eye on Ryan as he tries to make his way back toward the front, up the middle, and then coming out of turn 2, the car just gets loose. He manages to recover it, but Tyler Ott in that Pennzoil car, definitely not as lucky. Hard hit into the inside wall. The engine is gone and he is throwing body panels all over the track. Ryan McDaniel, Tyler Ott had towed the pit road. Ryan McDaniel has brought his car in. And we mentioned it a few laps ago, we have not seen a caution since lap 14. It is a theme we have seen all season long. The Nowski drivers have really stepped up their game this season. Far fewer cautions and on-track incidents. Cody Kennedy, Kirk Marble controlling that third line. Clay Kirchenbauer leads the second line. Now he drops to the bottom. Jeremy Edwards in control of the middle line. Clay Kirchenbauer, Blake Viken in the bottom line. Whoa, that got close. And they are 4 wide down the backstretch. Thankfully, a few of the guys blinked on that one. There was about to be a 4 wide game of chicken into turn 3. And it's starting to look like these guys saw that 4 wide on the backstretch, thought it was fun. As we look down from the blimp, whoa, Jeremy Edwards almost gets into Edmond. Looks like they have settled back down just a little bit. But coming toward turn 1, last time, they almost got 4 wide again. Blake Viken and Jeremy Edwards lead the inside line, and it is 3 wide the rest of the way through the lead pack. Justin Swafford alone in the middle line. Now help from Edmund Jones as he tries to pull up. This could be a rough point. Oh, here we go. Blake is flying. DJ Kenner involved. Justin Swafford, Jacob Morgan, All involved caution is out with 10 to go. And Blake is upside down. Swafford helps him get righted. And Blake still had to tow. The engine had gone. Holy cow. Edmund Jones giving, Edmund a bad bump into Swafford. Swafford goes up, collects Blake. Blake definitely had the wildest ride into the fence. You can see the moment the engine let go. And one heck of a tumble down to the infield. DJ Kenner down below. He just got smacked and turned up into the wall. And Edmund, just the bad bump into Swafford, and it all goes wrong from there. I reckon that's what he gets for driving that car. Edmund Jones and Blake Vegan both had to tow to pit road. Multiple cars in for repairs. Tyler Ott gets the wave around. He is back on the lead lap. And it looks like that has kept Richie Joplin one lap down. Heartbreaking, Richie Joplin had led the pack quite a bit. Just not in the lucky dog position at the right moment. So Jeremy Edwards, Clay Kirchenbauer, Brian Hewitt, Vic Brown, Kirk Marble, your top five. Cody Kennedy, Colby Whipple, Austin Ruskoff, and Justin Swafford. And Jacob, nope. We'll have to see who comes out 10th. Tyler Ott, Jacob Morgan, both still on pit road. Edmund Jones' car heavily tore up. The Iceman's car also tore up. A miracle that wasn't a bigger incident. Happening right at the front of the field. A lot of drivers did great wreck avoidance to dodge the bullet. Jeremy Edwards, Clay Kirchenbauer out front, Brian Hewitt, Vic Brown behind them, Kirk Marble, Cody Kennedy side by side on the third row, Colby Whipple, Austin Ruskoff, Justin Swafford, and Tyler Ott, your top 10. Jacob Morgan out in 11th. Trying to get a look real quick at the back bumper of Jacob Morgan. It looked like he might have still had, he does still have some big damage on that car. Colby Whipple, the caution, it has been extended. There's Whipple on the inside line. Looks like he just pulled off. Not sure what was up with Whipple, but he pulled off. He has pulled back up to the lead pack. If only Colby was driving a Ford, I'd have had a lot of good jokes for that one. Clay Kirchenbauer and Justin Swafford tied in the points coming into the night. If one of the playoff contenders wins this race, they will be locked in to the Final Four. Only Kirk Marble is currently locked in. You can spot the playoff contenders. They've got that yellow and white on the sun visor of their car. Here they come out of turn 4. Pace car is in. The long drive to the start-finish line. Into the restart zone, and green flag is in the air. It'll be 6 to go at the line. It'll take a lap and a half to get up to full speed, but man, this is going to be a wild finish. Okay, that's a good one, DJ. Down the back straightaway, Vic Brown has the nose ahead. Jeremy Edwards leading that bottom line, starting to see some 3 wide. And it has been really hard to tell which line is the fastest tonight. 5 to go. Kirk Marble and Cody Kennedy hooked up in the middle lane. Ruskoff leading in the 3rd lane with help from Blake. Vic Brown now dropping down to the bottom. He has got the lead. back down the front straightaway. 4 laps to go. Anything could still happen here. Still 11 cars on the lead lap. Including several of the playoff drivers still in this lead pack on the lead lap. And Tyler Ott has shot to the high line. He drops back down into the second line. No help yet. 3 laps to go. That third line really not forming at the moment. It could come down to who gets the better push on the final lap. Oh, caution is out. Blake Veakin involved. We will get a green-white checker at Talladega. There they were, 3 wide, going off into 3. Blake comes up, clips Thornton. Goes for a spin, but the car stays down. Close call for all the drivers around. Hey, good evening, David. How are you, buddy? A green-white checkered finish at Talladega. What could possibly go wrong? Don't expect to see anybody but Blake on pit road. Looks like Aaron Brill's going to come in. He may have gotten damage. Yep, he's got a little nose damage from that incident. Jacob Morgan also coming down. He was not involved. He does still have that rear damage, so that might be why. And it looks like Pieper got the lucky dog this time. I'm not sure how Richie Joplin didn't get it. Jacob Morgan has too much damage. Likely the car not at full speed. See if we can get our pit road guys. Yeah, quite a bit of damage on the rear end of the car. Likely a little bit of internal damage as well. Still 10 cars on the lead lap. Apparently Jacob has some more damage on the front end from contact with Swafford. Take a look, see if we can see Swafford's. Swafford's car does look okay, and he is one of the playoff contenders still in the hunt tonight. Justin Swafford, Clay Kirchenbauer, Kirk Marble, Patrick Pieper, Jacob Morgan, Blake Veakin, Cody Kennedy, and Edmund Jones. The 8 playoff contenders here tonight. Edmund Jones is out on track several laps down. Patrick Pieper did get one of his laps back. Cody Kennedy, Kirk Marble. Clay Kirchenbauer and Justin Swafford appear to be the only cars, the playoff cars, still in the fight. Blake Veakin a lap or two down, a few others in that situation. All right, here we go. The green-white checkered finish at Talladega. Here they come into the zone, green flag. Back in the air, 2 laps to go. Cody Kennedy and Kirk Marble, the teammates, nose to tail. Kirk just pushes Cody into turn 1. Colby Whipple now on the move. The outside line starts to pick up some momentum, and Swafford's looking up the middle. Not enough room for Swafford to get in quite yet. Cody Kennedy out front, but Vic Brown fighting on the high side. Oh! White flag is, white flag is in the air, a big wreck at the line. There will not be a caution. Chaos broke loose, and Cody Kennedy has a bit of a gap. Colby Whipple now in second, trying to reel him in. Austin Ruskoff back in third. Out of turn 4, Whipple is closing the gap. But it won't be quick enough. Cody Kennedy will get the win at DEGA. Colby Whipple pulls off second, and Austin Ruskoff comes home in third. Let's see if we can see some of what happened at the white flag. Looking down from the blimp, a lot of bumping going on. And it looked like Kirk may have come across the nose of Whipple. Clay Kirchenbauer couldn't dodge it. He gets in the middle. And there were car parts flying into the stands. Jeremy Edwards almost makes it through, but gets smacked by Swafford at the last minute. A wild, wild way to finish this one. Let's talk to our top three, starting with Austin. Austin, that was a wild, wild finish, but you got the podium.
Yeah, that was definitely an exciting last lap right there.
I have to ask, I mentioned it a couple times throughout the race, does driving a Fisher-Price car give you an advantage because they can take all the beating?
I guess they can. That last caution, or right before that last caution, I got hit on the right side and didn't feel like it did much, so, I mean, this thing held together.
Well, it definitely worked, man, and a great way to come home. Great job driving through that mess to come home in third.
Thank you. I got to thank Colby and Pat and all these guys for putting this on. This was a lot of fun, especially Pat there for pushing me there at the end.
Well, great job tonight, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
Colby Whipple comes home in second. Well, watch him Whipple and watch him nay-nay into second place. Great job, Colby.
You know, I'm not even going to act like I'm excited about that. It was win or nothing for me, so I'm disappointed.
You got really, really close, and had you had maybe a few hundred more feet, you definitely would have gotten it. It was definitely, you were gaining on him coming out of 4.
Yeah, maybe another lap I could have gotten it there, but I had too much damage. I mean, it's what I get. I'm the one that caused that wreck coming on the white flag, but hey, I had to do everything I can to win. There was one playoff guy in front of me that wasn't locked in at least. Kirk already was. So I just had to do what I could. I hate it for anyone that got caught up in it, but at the same time, I've been racing this league for a long time, and I wanted that damn win. Didn't get it, so I'm walking away pretty upset today.
Well, man, it's coming very, very soon. A great job tonight, buddy. Congrats.
Appreciate it.
And finally, our winner, Cody Kennedy, who is now locked in to the Final Four. Cody, you got the win, and you and Kirk are now locked into the Final Four.
Darlington, baby.
that was one
awesome.
heck of a race.
Yeah, that was pretty stressful, to be honest. And I didn't think I was going to recover from the first wreck. And then in the last wreck that happened, not this last one, but the one before, I was like, man, I'm like, well, my race is done. And I remember I still had my fast repair. So, look, I saved it from the first wreck.
Well, it definitely worked, and I'm betting having your teammate there on the restart was a huge benefit.
Oh, 100%. I was just make sure we were going to lock bumpers the entire time, and I don't know what happened going to the white flag, but I almost got turned. I don't know if it was from the guy from the outside or if my teammate bumped me wrong, but somehow I ended up saving. I looked in the mirror, and like everybody was wrecked. I'm like, yes, I have a chance, and we got to around, I think it was like turn 4, and I saw Kobe catching. I'm like, oh no. And I was screaming at Andrew to push me. He didn't push me, and I realized I was still going to win. So, awesome feeling.
Well, man, great job. A big win tonight. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you. It feels good to finally bring home the win for Fair Earth Comedy. And my motor just blew up. It literally just blew up.
I see the smoke, man. Great job tonight.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Cody Kennedy gets the win, locks himself into the Final Four. Only Kirk Marble and Cody Kennedy are locked in. And right now, the other two drivers would be Justin Swafford and Clay Kirchenbauer. But the 8 drivers will go to Auto Club next Wednesday night, and that's when the Final Four will be decided for Darlington. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed this as much as we did. Have a great night, everybody.